So that type of abuse is not possible, but still we do not have any standards in the Islamic financial service industry for that one, and of course there are very important regulators which we know which participate very actively, and IDB also participates very actively in the financial action task force related activities, meetings and other things as a community, as also in the way of showing that we are concerned with this issue, and that's the point. Thank you very much.
Well, I think you agree with me that we should put none here, because that kind of business, it doesn't concern us at all.
Okay, I agree with you.
Okay, I agree. That's it.
Thank you very much.
Now, Pakistan, if you have any questions, you joined late. If you have any questions for the rest of the lecture, you would.
Oh, is Pakistan there?
Yes.
Yeah, they just came. How many students are there? They don't hear. Kuwait has gone, and Iran, I think no students are there. Yeah, he cannot talk. Can we talk to Imam Sadiq University? You have any questions? Anybody there?
Dr.
Oh. So we'll come back, Dr. Habib. Hello? Okay. Can we ask this question to Dr. Habib? Dr. Habib, do you hear us? Oh, they are not hearing us.
Yes. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam. How are you?
Alhamdulillah. Yeah, we have one or two questions here. If Dr. Tariq is still around.
Yes, please go
Sorry,
ahead.
we had to go because.
Yeah, no problem. Okay.
Assalamualaikum, Dr. Tariqullah. Just would like to ask about the, you mentioned in your slide that the definition of financial architecture, including institutions. Since 1976, there are about 8 institutions have been developed. So just would like to get your views. Is it possible to have International Islamic Monetary Fund, another institution to enhance international Islamic financial architecture?
I have a question, and this relates to the pillars of sound national financial infrastructure. And of course, you had 4 pillars, 3 pillars are common. The unique pillar for Islamic financial infrastructure would be the Sharia supervision framework and governance. My question is, if you look at the Sharia governance structures, a lot of it is done at the financial institution level. I think it's freezing. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. The question is, now a lot of these products are cleared by Sharia supervisors at the organization level, at the bank level, and basically they are determining the direction which the Islamic financial industry is taking. If we really want to have a sound Sharia supervision environment, I think the emphasis should be at the regulatory level, and this relates to the IFSB and other institutions, their role, because if you see the direction which Islamic banking finance is taking is very close to the conventional finance, and in some ways the supervisory board at the bank level is actually making this possible. So what do you think of the supervision being brought up to the national level so that the objectives of Islamic banking and finance, which you had mentioned, can be met? I don't think there's too much emphasis given to that. There are some countries like Malaysia and Pakistan, for example, they have tighter control on what products are going because the products have to be declared by a national Sharia board. But I think this should be institutionalized for the whole industry so that the future direction of the industry follows the principles of Islamic finance. Thank you.
Okay. Right. No, no, slide is not a point.
Okay, that's it. We don't have any other questions.
Okay, okay. What is the good name of the brother who asked the question before you?
Zakaria.
Brother Zakaria.
Muhammad Zakaria.
Muhammad Zakaria.
Yes, Doctor.
Brother Zakaria, when I came here in IGB about 24 years ago, I was asked to study the International Islamic Monetary Fund 24 years ago. But it was so difficult that I failed to study that. It was so difficult because of so many things. And for your kind information, there is a new demand on my table from some Islamic, from one of the OIC institutions. They are saying that can we have a feasibility study for International Islamic Monetary Fund? so it is very difficult actually. It's not that easy. It looks to be very attractive, but it's very difficult. That's my first impression. But of course, I encourage you to write at least your concept in 2-3 pages and send it to us.
Thank you.
There is an extremely relevant issue nowadays. So many people are asking for it, and as I mentioned to you, there is a demand, specific demand from an institution of the OIC. They want to study this type of a concept, and how far it is feasible. We don't know because of the fact that it involves so many things. It could be a good idea actually. It's a good academic issue to have a research paper on it. I really encourage you to write at least something, 6-7 pages, something like that on the idea, and then it can generate further ideas and discussion and dialogue. That's how maybe in the coming years we can start some actual work on that. But coming to the point of Brother Habib Muhammad, extremely important. But I know you are very well, you know it very well, that if we really classify the regulatory regimes of the Islamic financial services industry, we will put them into 2 categories. The first category which you mentioned is the category of those countries which have Sharia supervision institutionalized in the central banks. Malaysia, Pakistan, and I think Sudan, as well as Iran, and a number of other countries have done that, and that has in fact helped Malaysians to have a lot of progress in terms of being more genuine than what they were before. You know, they have taken that thing very seriously, and that has been possible because of what you said, that it has come to the regulatory level. But at the same time, the second group of countries is those countries which consider Sharia supervision as a financial engineering issue, and they leave it to the institutions. There are, of course, obvious countries, you know, those regulatory institutions. They really say explicitly that Sharia supervision is not a regulatory issue. You will agree with me that they have a reason for that. And the reason is that from the regulatory point of view, they are only concerned with financial soundness and stability of financial institutions, which is one reason of being unsound and unstable is the deposit withdrawal, which is in your own papers you have discussed this so many times on the withdrawal risk, which some countries have eliminated from their financial system, like in Saudi Arabia. They have given the alternative of Islamic mutual funds, so they do not have an Islamic profit and loss sharing deposit. So the issue of deposit withdrawal or systemic financial soundness as a risk, they have eliminated it from the Islamic financial operations, in the sense that a mutual fund is an issue not for the financial regulator, it is an issue for the investor in the mutual fund. So what remains for them is only the business of the bank, and they are saying that, okay, you do your own. If your client says that this is Sharia compatible, we do not have any objection. We are not concerned with this. Just satisfy your client. That is the attitude of very, very strong regulators, and it is also convenient for many Western institutions, and like Singapore or United Kingdom or institutions, countries like that. They want to do Islamic finance, but they do not have that capability or that motivation to do it through the central bank. That's why in the we did made, I think you remember when it was very early when the IFSB started, one of our first agenda items for the IFSB Council was to establish an international FX Sharia supervisory body. This was actually, it went into the level of the IFSB Council agenda, but then it was suggested that no, these things we should not take up now, but then recently there was another effort which, especially catering to the same issue, the CBAFI and the ITB are still in the process of making an effort of having an international FX Sharia supervisory board, but there is lack of motivation even in that. So although it is extremely important, but as the fact is that the reality is that the people who really, the institutions who really count in enforcing such a strategic decision at that moment are not motivated to go into that direction. So that's the situation, and that is one of the challenges actually, indeed. And of course, Sharia supervision is what is the unique thing which Islamic financial institutions have offered to the world, which is the internal regulation, which is a holistic actually. It covers values, it covers technical issues, it covers social responsibility issues. So actually it could be a good contribution, an original contribution to the international financial architecture, despite that challenge which we are facing. Thank you.
Any more questions?
Thank you, Dr. Tariqullah.
Thank you. Can we focus you just to see how is your beard? Is it still white or? Can you focus, Muhammad?
I don't know how to work this.